Game number 5 between Edie and RiuT, the last game of this training set, and we are in another Aztecs war. That means I'm gonna go through Dark and Feudal Age as fast as I can. Nothing big should happen. Let's check out the maps here. And we do see main gold for Edie very forward, also second, third gold forward outside. The main stone forward, the second stone forward outside, 3 deer outside, 1 relic inside, it's good for him, 1 relic really close. 2 sheep is gonna find. In the back, 2 boars and a lot of nothing, a lot of space. Something that it doesn't need in this Aztecs war. So Edie with a pretty poor map actually, I don't really like it. Let's see how he's going to play it. Of course as the Aztecs you can go really aggressive, Edie has proved that, and question is what he actually is going to do. Then go for RiuT's map, main gold on the side here, could be harassed. Second stone inside, second gold outside, an extra stone here on the map. I think this is an extra gold as well. And we do see a third gold for RiuT, very safe inside his space. Can you see this already? Yeah, he deleted the walls, he scouted that one out. Do I miss a gold? No, I saw this gold, I saw the one in the back. I missed the main stone, I think. Main stone also safe in the back, so RiuT with a way better map here actually. Also 4 deer, I think they were inside, but gate open, yeah, they're going in again. So RiuT is going to be able to push 4 deer in. Edie is going for those 3 deer. Are these extra berries or is regular ones? No, that's the regular berries, so Edie can push towards the middle. That's saving a little bit of time here, of course. Both players up to feudal age, same population, that's 24, 23 villagers. And RiuT getting the deer in now. Got only 1 lumber camp as far as I can see. Maybe that's the standard build order, I don't know. Yeah, same for Edie. Of course, Aztecs with that bonus. They probably don't need 2 lumber camps. Both players up to feudal age. We're gonna see market and blacksmith for Edie. We should see market and blacksmith for RiuT as well. There we go. Nothing new for us. And question is who's going to be up to cast age first? I think RiuT maybe. Oh no, same time. That's perfect. RiuT now sending a total of 5 villagers to gold. Edie going with 7, 8, 9. That's 10 villagers. Looks like Edie actually is going to go really aggressive here. Barracks coming up for Edie. Do we see barracks for RiuT as well? Yeah, there we go, as expected. And question is how many monks is Edie going to go, or how many barracks, how many monasteries, and who's going to get the relics, because there are 3 more relics closer to RiuT, but all outside. And I think Edie, yeah, he saw those relics, he can see all the relics on the map. RiuT for now, he took quite some time to scout his space, which is quite huge. There's actually an extra gold in a space, something I didn't see. But he can only see 1 relic for now. Now there's a second. And he can see monastery coming up. And that's double barracks then for Edie. Monastery on the way. What is RiuT going to do? There is the barracks and the monastery, but only 1-1. And RiuT might go for more of a TC style, semi-boom style again. Edie is destined to go full aggression, I think. Or do we see any TCs for Edie? No, 4 farms, 5 farms now. Villagers, that's 8 villagers on gold. We do see a few villagers on the berries left, and 1 lumber camp with 9 villagers. 2 are out to build 4 buildings, to build monasteries and barracks. And I think Eddie's gonna start and collect those relics. Not sure where he's going with the Eagle Warriors. Do we see eagles from RiuT? Yeah, RiuT is going to go for these relics on the left hand side. Edie is going to take this one that's a little bit closer to the middle, and I think for now both players should be able to get those relics in. I don't think Edie will go for the fight yet. He should be able to grab 3 relics, I think, then. Those 2. And RiuT hasn't even seen that one in the back, so Edie can take this very safely. RiuT for now is taking the relic on the left hand side. He might send another monk. Yeah, there we go, and a few eagles. Edie, of course, more military units out. He's got more eagles. He probably got more monks as well. And those 2 villagers are going to build a siege workshop very soon, at least as soon as the wood is in for Edie. Eagle Warrior production is still going. We are not seeing any upgrades yet. You don't really need them. And there's 1 eagle trying to get that monk, but I think Eddie is not going to, not even going to try and do this. He's going back, running away from that horde of Eagle Warriors. And RiuT will have 2 relics in, 3 barracks up for him, so he's going to go really, really strong on the Eagle Warrior production. With probably a lot of villagers on gold now. That's 8. Do you see only 8 villagers on gold? It's not a lot actually. And now TC coming up for RiuT on the wood line, close to the gold here. Edie, of course, the siege workshop, and I think Mangonel or maybe even a ram could be produced next by Edie. Still going for eagles or for monks. For now it's monk production. It's a few single eagle warriors as soon as he can afford it. 3 idle villagers on the mill. That's something you don't want to have. Edie discovered those. He's sending them to gold as far as I can see. Opened the walls, getting a second mining camp, and he's gonna take the second gold very soon as well, because gold will be very low for Edie in quite a short time. He's taken at least 2k gold already from the main gold, and he's gonna send more and more villagers. Edie now with the Mangana going forward. There will be a few dead, at least one dead villager, a few ones probably injured, and TC number 3 coming up for RiuT. He's gonna try and defend here. This TC will go up, but it will be under constant attack. Where's RiuT's Eagle Warriors actually? All on the outside, and RiuT got more military units than Edie. That's huge. Edie +1 defense. RiuT the same thing, so there is no advantage for him. And RiuT sending a few single Eagle Warriors, gonna destroy those Mangonels. He's more or less sacrificing those. One converted, one being killed by RiuT, I think, being suicided. And Edie, of course, losing this Mangonel. TC is up, and RiuT is gonna take wood from here. Don't think Edie will bother and try to convert those villagers. A few Eagle Warriors on the field. This one is gonna go down really fast. Edie should have 4 relics in. That's 2 and 1. Oh, I know it's 3, of course. That makes sense. RiuT got 2, Edie got 3. And Edie doing fervor probably just to get more HP on those monks. There's a hole in the wall now. Edie is in with the battering ram, and there's the first big fight, or not yet, but it will happen very soon. Another Mangonel is out, more barracks coming up forward for Edie. Is now going for more Eagle Warriors, and only 10 villagers difference this time. Edie is still on 1 TC, but he's probably had almost constant village production as soon as he can afford it, and 10 more villagers at this point. It's not a lot. Of course, RiuT is spending a lot of his resources on Eagle Warrior production, and he has got a lot of those already. 55, no, that's not 55 villagers, 31 military units. 42, of course, he's got more now, and this will be dangerous for RiuT once again. The main gold is now being covered by Edie here, so RiuT is taking the second gold, and maybe soon, yeah, he's doing that already, the extra gold. Edie is moving forward, and this time RiuT does not have a stone to build a castle. He's going with villagers on the main stone now, but he's in trouble again. Edie is just very strong with these castle age pushes, and the question is how good of a fight can RiuT take here. +1 attack for RiuT is done. Edie, not yet. Wheelbarrow coming in for RiuT as well, but Edie right now in the better position in my opinion, even though he's got the lower score. 1 barracks will go down because there's Mangonel and a ram on the way. Edie even blocking the gate with the barracks, very nice. RiuT taking double stone. He's got almost 400 stone already. He wants to build that castle, preferably to guard the main gold, but I don't think this is going to happen. Gold mining coming up for RiuT as well. Resources for him looking pretty good, and he's gonna have the 650 stone very, very soon. The question is how much damage can Edie do, and where's the castle gonna be? Protecting the back of his space, the left-hand side. The right-hand side could be shredded by Edie very easily. Edie doing forging now as well. Wants to make these Eagle Warriors a little bit stronger, and now the question is, once again, what fight is Edie going to take? And he's moving in right now, he's taking the fight. Eagle Warrior numbers probably pretty much the same, but there's a lot of monks for Edie involved. This castle will be up, and Edie wants to take the fight before the castle is up. Of course, it's standing right now. A lot of Eagle Warriors are going down. The monks are being killed by the castle fire, and that's not good for Edie. Edie has to go back. He's won this fight with the Eagle Warriors, but yeah, what can he do now? He's going to raid, and that's the only thing that is that makes sense to do. RiuT was a little bit late with that one. The fight did not go very well for him. Edie is still with 10 monks, or is it 9? But there is number 10, I think, coming in. And now this TC is under heavy attack. Mangonel and Ram will be there very soon too. A few Eagle Warriors on the way. RiuT is probably trying to get more barracks up. Edie using all his resources. RiuT resources actually looking really good, but he cannot spend enough of it. A few idle villages for him, of course. He's got now 74 idle villagers against only 39, so it's almost double. Mangonel is going down, but there is a ram on the TC. RiuT repairing, spending a lot of wood, of course, he can afford this. And as soon as the Eagle Warriors arrive, garrisoning the villagers again. He's gonna try and destroy those rams or villages now very soon, I guess. Or he missed that one because he's still busy doing other things, getting his eco in shape and produce more units, and therefore this TC is going down. RiuT cannot take this stone, and Edie found the extra gold in RiuT's base. That's really good for Edie here at this point. RiuT now sending out villagers to build a TC on the outside. No resources there though, other than the wood, and Edie looking really good. RiuT now, the first time that I see him do this, stone walling on the left hand side towards the edge of the map to make sure Edie cannot go in and raid his eco, and I think that's actually what Edie should do. He should go in with more Eagle Warriors and try to raid. RiuT this time not up to Imperial Age yet. Edie of course far away from it. He doesn't really care about Imperial Age. Main gold is gone. He's going for a second one right now, and probably gonna go on the mining camp with third gold very soon as well, or maybe take RiuT's gold. That would be a very nice option for him. Not sure where these Jaguars are coming from. Did Edie build a castle somewhere? I think they were converted maybe. But I don't see... No, there's no castle up for Edie. We see the castle from RiuT, not going for any more Jaguars. Nice conversions done by Edie. And Edie has taken down the rest of this of RiuT's base here. Castle in a very nice position, but I think this time Eddie's going to be able to take it down. There's still only 5 military units for RiuT. He's got enough resources to click up to Imperial Age. Needs to buy a little bit of food maybe. And second castle coming up. Imperial Age will be done in this TC probably. He's still waiting, but he needs to click up now. And there we go. Imperial Age upgrade, also walling the castles in. That's what you expect RiuT to do. He needs to save these castles. He needs to make sure that Edie cannot get his castles down the ram push. And I think stonewalling is the best thing to do for RiuT right now. There's the rams coming forward, and Edie needs to go back because 2 castles and a lot of villagers, as well as a few Jaguar warriors or Eagle warriors, are going to protect those 2 castles from being torn down by those rams. We're doing boat arrow even to make the castle stronger, and as soon as he's going to hit the Imperial Age upgrade, I think he's going to go Jaguar warriors and try to counter this. I'm not sure, or maybe it's gonna be Elite Eagle Warriors again. That's what makes more sense actually, because Edie has still got a lot of monks on the field. If it was only the Eagle Warriors, then Jaguars would be good. Oh, that's nice. Building a mill here and making sure those villagers are working again. Use the farms. At the same time, a few villages outside here going undiscovered. That's what you want to have in RiuT's point, in RiuT's position, because space is running low in his actual base. And Edie for now doesn't know what to do. Against 2 castles, he really doesn't have a chance to go. And Edie missing a lot of food to click up to Imperial Age gold-wise. He would be fine. And there's another barracks coming up for RiuT. Those villages might go down or not. And Imperial Age is there for RiuT. Actually, very strong accomplishment here. Edie laughing because he knows, oh, I might be in trouble. Elite Eagle Warrior being researched immediately. Do we see a monastery for RiuT? Yeah, that one not being attacked by Edie. I think that's a big mistake. Edie could go, but Edie bought his way up to Imperial Age as well. That's huge. Look at this. And I think with Edie being in Imperial Age, this might be in, for at least some time, an even fight. Edie needs the Elite Eagle Warrior upgrade as well, of course. But this could be interesting. And I think Edie has not spotted this extra TC. At the same time, he's not going for RiuT's main gold. Not yet, maybe. Because he's still got gold to mine. And that's 39 villages still. Edie is not producing any more villages at all, or wasn't producing. Of course, now is upping to Imperial Age, so he can't do this. But that's actually huge. And Edie now found the TC from RiuT here. Found it, let's call it secret base. Oh, RiuT engaging. Let's see that fight. 9+6 attack. We saw Garland Wars again, I guess. And Elite Eagle Warriors are way stronger than the unupgraded ones. +2 defenses done by Edie, only +1 from RiuT, but he won't really care. He is gonna try and take those monks down. And Edie probably was a little bit surprised by the attack. RiuT looking good for now. It just needs to take down those monks. That's the most important thing to do here. Once those monks are down, RiuT has a really strong advantage. And just before Imperial Age, Eddie's losing all his units. That's only 25 against now 2019. But the monks are going down. RiuT is sending more Elite Elite Eagle Warriors. Edie will save a few units though. The monks are just too strong, they're healing up everything. And the question is, what can Edie do? Because he doesn't have any resources to get the Elite Eagle Warrior upgrade. Maybe he's just gonna go for the monks here, do Illumination, block printing, make them a little bit stronger. But yeah, RiuT now mixing in a few Jaguar Warriors as Edie only got a few monks left, and those Jaguar Warriors are threading through the through those Eagle Warriors. Edie calling GG, he knows I don't have enough resources, I can't get Elite Eagle Warriors out, and I lost all my army here. And another castle coming up for RiuT as well. Very strong game. RiuT this time was forced to build stone walls, but it was the right thing to do. Of course, we are on arena, so nobody will blame you for that. And taking this game, very, very strong game in my opinion. Of course, Edie style again, but RiuT knows how to defend this. And it was really good. The double castle actually saved his ass here. Very nice game. I hope you enjoyed this, and see you in the next games. GG.